www.caribbeanledlighting.com.
Vaval Central is on now. Vaval Central and the Caribbean Sound is sponsored by the Carnival Planning Management Committee, the Carnival Music Management Committee, Creamery Novelties, Live a Little, Harris Paints, the Champions of Color, the Computer Store, Strong Players, Good Morning, Quartz bringing value home, Grace Tropical Rhythms Juices.
Quarterfinal! The quarterfinal stage of the Calypso competition is on! Beginning with KPT on Wednesday, June 11th. On Friday, June 13th, Fire One will take the stage. Followed by South Calypso Tent on Saturday, June 14th. With TOT Soccer Village on Wednesday, June 18th. Boy, things are heating up. Kaiso for Soul at PM at the NCC. Admission $25. Hey! This event is licensed by ECHO.
Switch to a Quartz Ready Cash loan today. Bring your loan to us and get 25% off your interest rate. No collateral. Minimum documentation needed. Approval within 24 hours. And choice of payment terms. All you need to apply is your ID, payslip, recent job letter, proof of address, and 2 references. Visit us in store or apply online at www.quartz.com. Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are. Normal criteria and special conditions apply.
Are you a small business owner looking for dependable IT support? Then look no further. TCS has the solutions to all your IT needs. Our experienced and qualified team of IT professionals has all your IT solutions. We provide wired and wireless networking, point of sale solutions, network security, data backup and recovery solutions, desktops and laptops, computer hardware and software, computer accessories, inks, toners, and much more. Don't let IT solutions cripple your operations or your ability to serve your clients. Call us today at 450-4638 or visit us on the ground floor of the American Drywall Building at Bidbutai. The Computer Store, meeting your demands in the IT world.
Oh, I've got this feeling to high five the sun, dance in the rain, and have my scoop of fun. I'm on my way to flavor my day with something new, and I've got room for you. Let loose and live a little, get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with Creamery Novelties. Love life and live a little, get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with Creamery Novelties.
Enjoy Creamery Novelties ice cream, distributed by Ferrens Foods. Live a little.
Grace Tropical Rhythms, join the rhythm.
Distributed in St. Lucia by Acado Limited.
Who's a little man with a lot to offer? He is the Harris Paints man, who does the best for ladies in so many colors. He is a Harris Paints man, for a better paint and a better price. Check the little man for some soft advice. If you're painting inside, outside, you'll be satisfied when you use Harris Paints. If you're painting inside, outside, you'll be satisfied when you use Harris Paints.
So fresh! Soccer, the ultimate tent in one juggling. In collaboration with the Carnival Music Management Committee present Big Bad Soccer, Paint and Powder, Mad Thing. Sunday, June 29th, Sufra Stadium, Lucian Soccer at its best. Sulphur City, we're coming to you. Team Tension, Monster, Orion, Fire, Azony Fun Machine, Nerdy, and Mika, Browns, and Mata, Ricky T, Shiggy, Arthur, Kuya, Hollywood HP, Grapple, Bounty Hype, Prada, Shannon King, all backed up by the Impulse Band. Admission $25 at the gate. Soccer, the ultimate tent. Big Bad Soccer, Paint and Powder. I come out here to get miserable. Sunday, June 29th, 2 p.m. on the Sufra Stadium. Sponsored by Court, Petra, Lucozade, Campari, KFC, Hot FM, Pleasant FM, MBC, Peter, Ezon, Island Sound, Sag Computers Incorporated, UTV, and Radio Caribbean International. This event is licensed by Echo.
Friday, July 18th, Darren Sammy Cricket Ground.
All you put your hands in the air if you love sweet soca music.
Color Me Red.
Somebody say sweet soca music. Oh my gosh. This is the thing to change the world. Watch and sing the words with me. Go. When I'm feeling under the weather, you just make me feel sweet. I cocoa tea using sugar, and together we are complete. Keep me up. Only you alone can put fire back in the soul.
Early bird tickets are $135. General admission $150. VIP $500.
Color Me Red. Darren Sammy Cricket Ground.
I could never let you miss how she name. Miss how she name. Girl, I'm coming home. I will see you again. All the way through these nights I'm dreaming.
Color Me Red.
Put up the fire. Bubble it, bubble it, bubble it over. Crazy.
Friday, July 18th, Darren Sammy Cricket Ground.
Color Me Red. It's your cocoa tea.
Color Me Red tickets are available now at Steve's Barbershop, Radio Caribbean International, Vaval, TM Antoine Partners, Red Team members, and FourCirclesTickets.com. Color Me Red, the greatest love.
Good morning, Vaval Central.
And we're back, Vaval Central and the Caribbean Sound. Teddy?
Good morning, Iowa. Good morning. Good morning. The morning after the night before. A very interesting night, historic in a sense. The first major official lecture organized by the CPMC, that is the organizing body for Carnival, running the lecture last night. Dr. Anthea Octave, the guest lecturer, not disappointing, really full of insight, perspective on the Carnival, St. Lucian, Caribbean carnivals, where they are in the St. Lucian space, societal space, festival space, and of course where the festivals fit in on the cultural landscape generally. And also preceded by a panel discussion, which was also very interesting. The interaction from the public, Minister Ernest Hilaire very much present and having his say too in a nice exchange with some of the attendees, a healthy exchange of views on different topics, different approaches to the Carnival, all with a bid to getting the best thoughts coming forward as we advance this important creative manifestation called St. Lucia Carnival. And the presence last night of Antonia Sikra Gibson, really but pleasure to many. He was in attendance and looking very healthy and really lucid in the chair in his thoughts. And a nice poignant moment when some footage from his band way back in 1971 with the likes of Zenith James as Queen of the Bands and Dunstan Fontenelle as King of the Bands, both of course having gone like many others to the great beyond. And Sikra really touched, a surprise to him seeing that footage last night over at the Finance Admin Center. A good exercise, everyone agreeing it should be annual, an annual fixture in the calendar, this lecture. Good to see it was a St. Lucian born and bred academic researcher coming back to spearhead the lecture, and the St. Lucian talent being used to spearhead the intellectual thought and exchange. Also, just a nice thought that we're not in the Carnival fraternity, the Carnival milieu, only about jump and prance, but there is thought going into it. Today, we continue the countdown to the Cicero Carnival, just a days away. Cicero Carnival and the Cicero Carnival Queen Show, big weekend for Cicero. Everyone going from the community and the environs to go support the Cicero pageant and indeed Cicero Carnival. A lot more on that later. The two sharing aggressively on social media the pageant and parade. The Takeover Tent is a big night for Calypso for the qualifying. Takeover Tent over at the Cultural Center will be joined any minute now by Robert Rennie and also the Carlton Roberts, the two of the promising outstanding members of Takeover Tent. Charlo, the tent leader, busy preparing for his big night tonight. The final quarterfinals, as we keep saying, the judges will sign off through the auditors tonight. The results to be announced on Friday morning in prime time. Ninja Dan Jonathan St. Rose will be one of our featured guests today. He's back in competition after a return 2 years ago, taking a break last year. Ninja Dan has three major offerings for this year's competition. He's qualified for both the Power and Groovy in the semi-finals. He'll be in just a bit to speak on his music, the journey as far as his entry in competition is concerned, and his thrust and approach to this year. So we have in Robert Rennie and Carlton Roberts in just a bit to speak TOT. In fact, we'll usher in Robert just after this one. And also, we're looking at Flashback Iowa. This is a season where there's lots of nostalgia, reflection on the journey where we've come from. And so we'll be reflecting. One aspect we want to touch a little later is the evolution of the road march in St. Lucia. Initially, of course, the early days of our carnival, we jumped to calypso hits from Trinidad and Tobago, often on the steel band, and eventually when the brass bands came in playing some standards and current and hits at the time from Trinidad and Tobago. The presence, the use of a St. Lucian road march was very sporadic, and only just once in a long time would there be a St. Lucian tune guiding the revelry and parade. That changed at about 1977, 78 is where it became constant with a big turnover. The Mighty Prince in about 77 and Mighty Pele in 78 sparing the way with Don't Smoke Dope. Remember that song, Iowa?
Yes.
Don't Smoke Dope. The premier know the reason why he tell you dope is a poison pie. Remember?
Yeah, man.
And if you're bad and don't want to cope, what's the line?
It's either the
You know the golden hope. Remember, right? That's a monster hit. It really revolutionized the approach and the pride of having our music on the road. And Pele, the great mighty Pele, now deceased. In fact, Prince too has gone to the great beyond. Pele came down, of course, having been injured in a car accident over in the States, and came down the following year, resettling in St. Lucia and Trouble, Iowa. Pele back in town after he had won several crowns, as many as 6 crowns before migrating, came back to settle in St. Lucia, and right away with dear Roddy Walcott and Suzette, he won the Calypso, beating Prince narrowly at the cinema. Imagine the cinema was the venue for the finals were in the cinema, in the cinema. He beat Prince there with his tunes, Dear Roddy Walcott and Suzette. And Suzette also became the road march. You remember that? Pretty little Suzette, be my carnival.
Sweet Suzette.
Yes. And so that started the trend with the road march. The following year was Independence. You had King Barry. A sailor man in the band jumping up. No. He became the road march. I think Mighty, he wanted that song. Mighty won the Independence crown. And a very low-key national, because Independence kind of usurped and overshadowed the carnival that year, the first year of our independence, not surprisingly. And so we'll go through a few of the other road march tunes after them, but it's about then that we started to have our own tunes on the road. Before that, we played Trinidad songs, just mimicking Kitchener, and so Sparrow, whoever was trending in Trinidad, became the tunes for the pans to beat and for the revelers to jump with. We'll get to that in a bit as we in this season of reflection on the entire journey. Speaking of the journey, one lady who has made the journey, lots of respect due to Marilyn Batiste. You know what is Iowa? Marilyn Batiste.
Lady Lynn.
She jumped in, she's brave, she's not competed in the Calypso for a while. It was a major breakthrough. She was the first woman to place in the competition with women in a match, and respect, both dealing with women issues at the time. Yeah. And Marilyn has remained a staple, well respected in the fraternity, continuing to be relevant and contributing. She's now helping to coach the young artists in TOT and doing much more, really a mentor and inspiration to many. I just was touched by the quality of this song. I think she worked with Stratosphere on this one, but just her courage and earning her place as she went to the qualifiers, and the judges didn't have her in. That's their say. We don't ever challenge that. But a very interesting contribution from Lady Lynn to the season. I thought we could start with that today. Marilyn Batiste, Lady Lynn, one I quite like.
Anything you can do.
I in my glory. See me in my glory. I in my glory. Oh yeah. See me in my glory.
Vaval Central.
If you can dip, I dip into. If you can talk, I talk into. I can do anything you can do. 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 leaving. Bonsoir, pas qu'à parler. I'm not leaving. They tell me go. I'm not leaving. They want me to. I'm not leaving. They tell me go. I'm not leaving. Si vous voulez m'aller, moi je suivez. I'm not leaving. They tell me go. I'm not leaving. I tell them no. I'm not leaving. Si vous voulez m'aller, moi je suivez. I want into if you can dip. I dip into if you can float. I talk into I can do anything you can do. Anything you can do. Anything you can do. Anything you can do.
Vaval
Anything you
Central.
can do. I am my glory. See me in my glory. I am my glory. See me in my glory. I'm not leaving. They tell me go. I'm not leaving. They want me to. I'm not leaving. They tell me go. I'm not leaving. Si vous voulez m'aller, moi je suivez. I'm not leaving. They tell me go. I'm not leaving. I tell them no. I'm not leaving. Si vous voulez m'aller, moi je suivez.
Lady Lynn and Vaval Central. Teddy?
Yes, defiant in that one there, throwing a little power there for all those who figure she might be a little too seasoned. She belongs there, and anything they can do. Certainly the voice there, and I did get a peek at her in the qualifying rounds, really confident and maintaining her place on the stage. Marlene Batiste, Lady Lynn, pick up yourself, Lady Lynn, this morning as you continue to do good work in mentoring the youngsters and still earning your place within the cultural space of St. Lucia. Person just messaging, yes, happy for that information of our first road march tunes, Don't Smoke Dope. The first road march that became constant, that is, where we started consistently having our own road march tunes on the road. We'll try to give them a little listen now, a little verse and chorus, right? Of Don't Smoke Dope.
We have them.
You have them? Yeah. Right, a little later. Robert Rennie is here, another generation. Robert wasn't born yet, right? Don't Smoke Dope when you were jumping in your pajamas. Robert Rennie has become synonymous with the nurturing of young talent. He is the man behind the National Schools Choir, as it were. Good work, Ron. Robert, how is that going?
That is going very good. Thank you for asking. We're actually getting ready for a performance next Friday. The public service is having a gospel explosion, and the choir is going to be featured. So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, how many youngsters in that choir?
We have approximately 35 to 40. Regularly at rehearsals, we have, yes, about 30 of them. So, and in fact, we have students that keep asking to be a part of it, but we have to keep the numbers very manageable as well. So we're trying to keep it, roughly around 30 to 45 students.
Do you have a strict entry requirement, the audition? To
Yes, every student has to go through an audition process. There was only one time, I believe, we did not have students audition where they came in through a workshop that we had. And we just offered them a space, but we have ensured that all students audition to gain entry, again because you do have a large number of students asking to be a part of the choir, so you want to, and also because you also want to protect the quality and the integrity of the sound of the group, so you want to make sure that you really get some good talent coming into the choirs.
Right, there's a message here going back. Of course, I will touch a little later on our two soldiers. Izai Hall and Invader were supremely, they're normally excellent, but really in the mood, in the real intimate space of that film center with the X-Tempo to open the lecture last night. Big kudos to Invader and Izai Hall were really excellent and really just good exponents of that X-Tempo art. We're not taking it for granted. Izai and Invader very current in the topics and showing what true X-Tempo is. Well done, Izai and Invader last night in that and the balance, the chemistry between them two was very good and very relaxed, making it very natural. Two good performers and practitioners of that X-Tempo form. Robert Rennie, you're well placed to nurture the talent. You have a national school choir, you're also a teacher at the Anglican school.
Yes, I'm also a teacher, and we're also doing choirs at the Anglican school. We're the current primary school choir champions as well.
Right. Are we surprised? No, we're not surprised. We're going, so are you sensing an appreciation of the carnival arts? Any youngsters tending towards this?
Yes, of course. And in fact, not too long ago, we had the primary schools calypso and the primary school soca as well. So we had both the primary school or the junior calypso and junior soca, and the talent that came out from these two activities were phenomenal. So I know that when it comes to the art form, not only that our young people appreciating it, but we see that level of interest whereby there is continuity moving forward.
Okay. You also a man of the faith. You don't well a man who takes
Yes,
faith seriously.
yes,
the
I
pastor
do.
know you sing calypso, right?
I what?
The banning people these days for singing.
No, actually, I have a twin brother who's a pastor. I am, yes, I think he's more religious than I am. I can see these days that I am a firm believer in God. Although people might see that my beliefs may be a bit non-traditional, since some certain Christian denominations do not participate in activities like calypso. But I honestly believe that when I do my research on what calypso was, what it was intended to be, and how it was this art form that, former enslaved people, former, colonies used to turn to when it comes to expressing themselves and that sort of thing. I believe it's actually part of our identity, and so the art form must be nurtured, and it is important for young people like myself to get into the art form so that it continues.
Right. Robert Rennie, you about your second or third year, you sang the
yes,
the
this is
teachers
my
a few years ago you sang in the teachers competition.
I sang in it. My first entry into calypso was through the teachers competition, where I sang a song called Juksala. And after that I came into TOT a few years after that, 2 years ago. Yes, last year I started the competition, but I had to travel, and so I had to drop out. But I'm here again this year, hoping to really make TOT proud. TOT Soca Village, yes.
You something you've learned and grown since entering your
Very much so. Mr. Charles used to be my former history teacher at the Cyrus Simmons Secondary School. And of course, he, through his mentorship, we have gotten a lot of knowledge, a lot of guidance. Also, as you rightly alluded to earlier, Lady Lynn is in our tent helping us to, so she's always there providing that advice, sharing the stage with people like her Black. Even Shanti, who comes around, always gives me some really good advice as well. So Shanti and there's people like the senator, these stalwarts in the tent, you could see that they're always really helping and really guiding the young people to try to better their craft. And I'm really appreciative of that.
Right. And certainly your songs this year, you've become known for having an interesting twist.
Yes.
It's an original kind of topic.
Yes.
And what are your two songs this year?
So this year I have a song called Daddy's Cry, and I also have Island Maths. Now Island Maths I had last year as well, but again, because I had to leave because I had to travel, I didn't finish the competition, so I'm using the song again this year. So Island Mass and Daddy's Cry, and of course I write all my songs, so these songs were really born out of observation. And even for me, for the Daddy's Cry is very personal to me, because my father had committed suicide in 2014, and so I got to a point where I felt like we were not necessarily paying attention to the issues that men are facing in this country. And so I felt, especially with June, with Father's Day being in June, I felt like it was necessary to really bring out that message that rather than the fathers going to the extent of committing to suicide, we also know that men they're not very emotional and they don't cry. So sometimes it's better, as I say in the song, it is better for you to dry your eyes than to say goodbye, because when you do actually say goodbye and when you do actually die, there are so many people that you leave behind crying and leave behind, so it's better to just cry.
Right. Robert Rennie is here. Let's run his first one.
Daddy's Cry?
No,
yes.
Let's do the maths first.
Island Maths.
Island Maths.
Robert on Vaval Central.
Good evening, TOT Village, Soca Village. Hey! Tonight we're talking about Island Maths. The numbers never adding up. Hey!
All right, so the numbers not adding up.
Come from an island where most things are beautiful. We have lawyers, doctors, them things are plentiful. But I start to question if we brains are function, cause the math not mathing, we starting to look like fools. St. Jude is an irrational equation. 4 p.m. spent 500 million. How we still occupy the stadium 15 years? What a conundrum. Yeah. It's best I try from today, cause with Island Maths our problems won't solve. No way. Hey!
Vaval Central. Yes. And you'll agree with me, right? The numbers never making sense these days on the islands. Y'all mean to tell me it raining for 5 months straight? The pipe so empty, water gone, you can't bathe. But as soon the road pave, they come in and misbehave. Pipe fixed today, road mash up for the whole year. One day alone, we getting water, and you wonder, price of water. $500, me say, yeah, it's best I cry from today. Cause with island mass, our problems won't solve no way. Hey. And that's the type of song where you just, you know.
Morning, Vaval Central.
Good evening, everybody. Now, I don't know if any of y'all have ever had an experience with a family member who committed suicide.
Morning, Vaval Central.
Yeah, we want to dedicate this one to all the fathers. And I wish my daddy who's ever had a difficult time, you know. Have you ever felt like time stood still? So much going on, don't know what's real. You feel it in your core, agony knocks on your door. I remembered it like it was yesterday. Même si en chai mundi, moi yo pas changé. L'amitié, c'est l'amitié. La vérité m'a away. We were called to meet in my hometown. My old man forced us to gather round. When we reached up in the room, nothing else but doom and gloom. Then so many tears ran down my face. The rope around his neck, it's still his face. I looked straight in the eyes, and I wished my daddy cried. Daddy's cry, I know it hurts, but we preferred if you were here. It's really unfair to have these dreams. I know you won't be there to share Daddy's cry, for it is better to dry your eyes than say goodbye. Our daddies are dying, don't close your eyes, instead daddies cry. Hey, yeah, we just want to bring attention to all the problems, all the psychological issues that our men are going through. Hey, y'all wake every day and then y'all go your way. Things are troubling men, miss up family. Numb caffeine, y'all that say, and like it's a joke, y'all laugh away. Take some time to see how much this is true. We need women, oh yes, but we need men too. Men are hurting, y'all can't see, like the man in this next story. Yes, she left him and took everything after he found her fornicating. He went to jail for child support, but he took her to DNA court, and now she's staring at the grammar zone, cause all he wants is to be left alone. Out of 5 kids with Mafa, only one is his daughter. Daddy's cry, I know it hurts, but we prefer if we all were here. It's really unfair to have these dreams. I know you won't be there to share Daddy's cry, for it is better to dry your eyes than say goodbye. Our daddies are dying, don't close your eyes, instead daddies cry. Hey, Vaval Central, boom. Hey. Yep.
Well, certainly the message is confirming that they're very impressed, Robert Rene, with your renditions,
awesome.
Topics.
Thank
you
you
have consistently had different approaches and angles to some of the social issues. Awesome. The vocals there. You on for tonight? Tonight is a big night for Tick over tent. Over in the tent at the Cultural Center. Ninja, you passing through tonight? Supporting the veterans? Maybe? I pass through?
No, I can't lie.
You supporting them, but
and,
you
and remember, we also have the Gospel Calypso happening on the 22nd, which is this weekend as well. So different angle to Calypso as well, Gospel Calypso.
Robert, good luck. We know you have to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blessings, my brother. Blessings. I appreciate that. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Blessings. Thank you very
Good,
much,
Robert.
Steady.
Keep up the good work with the youngsters. That's yours? That's yours? No, that's Ninja. Okay. Carlton, let's have a seat there. Where you want Ninja? Ninja's good there camera-wise? You want him a little more central? Come on, that's your chair, Ninja. Yeah. Jonathan Central's Ninja Dan. Let's flash back a little bit, Ninja Dan. What's your one of my big songs, the underrated signature, Bamale, Bamale, Bamale. That song is under the Vaval Labo way, but that's an understated song. That's a fantastic bilingual approach.
What's the name of that one Ninja?
Which one?
Bamale, Bamale, Bamale.
V.
Well, we do Labo way since we have Labo way. First, let's go with Labo.
And then we go in Ninja Dan. Carlton Roberts is here. We'll deal with that. People wanting the tease Iowa. So you have seen that as Ninja. We're talking journey. Just before you go to deep into Ninja, you have those smoked dope or Suzette. Which one?
Those smoked dope. Let me go.
We talk about say the road match. We make it the point that started it. Prince, Lord bless his soul, rest in peace. He started it. A massive tune took over the road. From then we had our road match. Water in his eyes when Pele beat him the next year in Calypso at the Clark Cinema. And then right through after that, Barry with Sailor Man in the band, and we've been going since then, including.
Yeah,
you have it.
Yeah, we have it. Let's go.
For the years I did warn you, now I come back to tell you that the police go get you. Don't smoke dope, but you didn't believe me when I told you the story. Now you pay the penalty. Don't smoke dope. Made a statement about smoking marijuana. Anyone they catch in the craze is a high penalty. We are making fun nowadays. It's driving them crazy. So the PM say, don't smoke up. Listen and obey, I tell you. Don't smoke up. Give it you why. Don't smoke up. Don't give it a try, I tell you. Don't smoke up. PM know the reason why. Tells you don't eat the poison pie. Give them I don't want to crop. Either the chair or the golden hole. I know people always in trouble. Take this poison. Hey, what happened? Now they're looking like cannibal, cause they're smoking like hell. And they're making run back canal in Golden Hope as well. If the doctor say, don't smoke up. Listen anyway, I tell you. Don't smoke up. If he tells you why. Don't smoke up. Don't give it a try, I tell you. Don't smoke up. The doctor knows the reason why. He tells you don't eat the poison pie. If they bother, don't wanna come. Either the chair or the Golden Hope.
Yes, Ninja Dan. Generations there. Old Prince, you have Ninja Dan, you have Sizzler the youngster. All generations. In between, Carlton, in between them generations there. Knowledge and heritage, certainly. We'll touch Pele beat him with Suzette was the next. Pretty little Suzette. So it's twice a Suzette song mash up the carnival, you know. 2008 was Her Black, and then people, I kept telling people that before that was Pele, same Suzette again. Pretty little Suzette. We'll get to that in a bit, but Jonathan St. Rose is here in the house. Jonathan St. Rose, a pillar as an artist, but also a foundation in the shaping of the soca industry organization, along with Coyote Faswa, was what he's really known for, along with his artistry. What's the first song again, Ninja Karate? The first song.
Karate.
The first song, Ninja, brave youngster coming. It was a Kaiso tent, right?
Yeah, Kaiso tent, TOT tent.
You could give us a hook in that, Ninja?
Law, turn down the lights.
Yeah.
Law, that was the first voice, that was the first law that ever come in
I would say I used
soca.
to beat that song, right?
Yeah, law. Yeah, kick to the. There's a new dance coming in town. There's a new dance coming around. Karate Ninja wants to let them know it's a brand new dance. Then Batman dance, but Sizzler wasn't born yet, huh?
No.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Karate.
Ninja Dan, then that I guess would have propelled you, Ninja, to form a soca tent.
Yeah, man.
You would destroy the stalwarts in Calypso. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, in 2002 when I came to perform that song, I mean the crowd wasn't into that kind of vibes yet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, they embraced me because of the new kind of vibe, but I was still getting a kind of resistance in terms of the mindset of the people. They wasn't really into that kind of a raga soca.
They were in the fast calypso still.
Yeah, they were still in the bushe you, awete you. So then that propelled me to know, you know what, Gassa? The next year now, I came out with Texin and Do Cheat on Me. And they boo me. And they tell me outside. You check it?
What?
And then after that, I go backstage, I cry like a baby. You check it? I run home, put my mask on my face, and I run home because I was so ashamed. And it was Jati. Kudos to Jati that called me and tell me, Ninja Dan. I said, boy, Jati boy, fire for that 10, that TOT 10 and that Calypso thing. And I not on that because the people boo me. He tell me, no, Ninja, that was a test for you. And you passed that test in flying colors, and I see great potential in you. And it was Jati who brought me to Trinidad and do that song. I really, really love that style with Cotty. That's the first time we ever traveled. And then after that, I say, you know what? This is it. I'm going to do my own tent. I remember I coming to you and tell you, boy, tell you to do my own tent. And you tell me, I said, what you know about tent? A little fella, a bad fella from Masha, what you know about tent? And
you and Kayo came and
we determined. Yeah? And when we brought the NG Soca stage, it was like an umbrella for all them soca artists to come and portray the talent and stuff, you know.
The opening of NG was a massive event, but also the Wednesday night in the Cultural Center used to be massive. In the middle of the week,
yes.
NG used to have a midweek show. Yes.
Especially before Corpus Christi.
Right. And then, man. Let me tell you, Ninja Dan opening, I, director of Carnival Culture, have under pressure. We have all our big money on doing the opening of Carnival. Ninja Dan always worked the night before. Yes. And had us, I remember people like Mr. Vibes did both, but they were strong, having us busy to keep our standard. Really, and say Ninja and the Soldier Kayo at the time, fantastic work. And also, as he rightly said, an umbrella for the artists. Yeah, Ninja, a lot has happened since then. You're back in the arena 2 years ago and took a break last year. How was it back in the arena? And tell us why the break and why the comeback. Just tell us.
Well, 2 years ago, I came back as Karma, because I came back to accomplish a mission, you know, to try and put things in place and try and see what really going on the ground with my own two eyes. I didn't want people to tell me. I didn't want people to come and whisper in my ears. I wanted to see it for myself. So that's why I come in as Karma. You understand? So then now, when I came in as Karma, I went through a lot of resistance and reluctance and you know the thing, you know, to sharpen a soldier. So I got traumatized.
Traumatized?
Yeah, man.
For the competition?
On the competition, the night of the finals.
You see it?
Yeah, man. How you mean?
How's to Picong?
The Picong was too hot. Yeah, so I had to.
But you threw the first Picong, let's be fair. You started the Picong.
No, I love Picong, brother. Right. I love Picong is the most sweetest thing that could bring the people together. It's like West Indies cricket and Australia or England, yeah? So Picong is that kind of a vibe where the culture, the tradition, people want to hear their favorite artists. But you have your limits. So you can't tell a man that survive cancer, I leave you there to get cancer next year. That's not ethical. Yeah, and the Calypso, whoever that doing the Soca Monarch supposed to protect people in that regard. Because there is the law, there is libel and defamation of character and different kind of thing. And them kind of shows is being aired internationally, regionally. You understand? So we have to protect our constitution. So Picong is good, but healthy Picong, you understand? So don't tell me you're sending me back to jail, brother, and you feel you go laugh about that, and I go take that is a personal thing, you understand? Because I've done my time and I've rehabilitated myself. For you to come on a national stage and say that, you check it? So now, I come back as the original Ninja Dan. I not come on no observation. I don't come on no thing again. I come on the real thing.
It's live medium.
Yeah. I come on the real thing now as Ninja Dan, the original soca artist, the godfather. Yeah, I like to call myself self-proclaimed. So this year now, I have new management with Showing. And Showing and Fiona Compton, they went to Guadeloupe with some inter-cultural exchange. And they ended up linking up with Vocum. And they started sending some videos from me of the actual Tewe Vaval. And when I saw that, I said, boy, that is a good topic. That is a taboo topic that nobody don't really want to talk about. And I love that challenge. I say, hey, let me go with that. And that is how I end up coming back this year, you know?
Right.
To kind of...
And so we understand in your mindset. Tell us, Ninja Dan, we're going to go to your material in a while. Musically, how do you see yourself in that journey compared to a few years ago? In what area have you grown? What area is challenging?
They will have grown tremendously in the sense of my emotional intelligence. I could control that now. I'm a lecturer in regards to that. My spiritual intelligence is on another level. My social intelligence is on another level. So I know how to speak. I know how to bring across the message. So there's a lot of growth for me. You understand? And my management and them taking me in a new direction in the sense of my music now is not just me going on record music and just playing it on the radio. Right now, my music streaming, and you have to go through the proper channels and the proper lines so that your music could get monetized on the different platforms. So it's now business for me, not just coming on the stage and coming back and thing. But I want to make money in that right now, you know.
Honestly said, there's one tune particularly current at this moment and very relevant and pertinent, the one that speaks of the Vaval, the carnival, the tradition, where it's at, where it's going. Very interesting tune, and as someone saying, if something could be developed even beyond the competition, it's really a sensible message, and the arrangement very interesting. We'll have Ninja Dan to sing along to that, one of his contribution. That's entered in the Power, right? That's your Power contribution.
That's
the official name?
Myself
and Sizzler.
Yeah.
Sizzler, quiet there, but you're not easy on that track. He really comes alive on that track. Big up yourself, Sizzler, and good collaboration between the two generations. In the name of it, Ninja Dan, the official name of it?
TV Vaval.
TV Vaval. Interesting tune, run it, Iowa.
I speak love, I see love, I feel love,
I am love.
I was in love with Carnival, but then you took her away. Take her from the blazing sun, and you put her in the falling rain. Who have eyes to see will see. Carnival is not what it used to be. Jumping on the road with love and unity, and all of us was there like a family. Sizzler, tell them.
What is culture? What is tradition? We can do both, we don't need no division. Old, young, in exhibition. When carnival come, we have to burn down the demon.
When you see me, how you see me, yeah. I speak love, boom. I see love, I feel love, I am love. Sing it out, boom. I was in love with Carnival, but then you took her away. Take her from the blazing sun, and you put her in the falling rain. Who have eyes to see will see. Carnival is not what it used to be. Jumping on the road with love and unity. All of us was there like a... Tell them!
What is culture? What is tradition? We can do both, we don't need no division. Old, young, in exhibition. When carnival come, we have to burn down the demon.
When you see me,
how you see me? Happy, 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 happy. And when we link up on the road, on the road, on the road.
1, 2, 3, and wale tewe. And wale. Hey,
bouye, bouye, bouye,
and wale.
Bouye, bouye.
Hey, she's not for sale. She's not for sex. No, no, no. She's not a blue movie that has get me vexed.
Oh, na, na, na.
She's not for profit, neither commercial. Carnival is more spiritual, and Carnival is like a ritual. Tell them.
What is culture? What is tradition? We can do both, we don't need no division. Old, young, in exhibition.
When carnival come, we have to burn down the demon. When you see me, how you see me, yeah.
Happy, 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 happy.
And when we link up on the road, and the road, and the road, everybody, 1, 2, 3, and wale tewe. Hey, and wale tewe. Tewe, tewe, Vaval.
Bouye, bouye, bouye,
and wale.
Bouye, bouye,
hey. You don't have to be emotional. You don't have to be afraid. Yes, Islam. You don't have to be emotional. Tell them you don't have to worry. Give them the thing now.
Sticks on the road, whips on the road. Happy feet, them doing tricks on the road. Bouye, 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 and wale. Bouye.
1, 2, 3, and wale tewe. Tewe, tewe, and wale tewe. tewe Vaval. Bouye, anouale. Bouye, 1, 2, anouale tewe Vaval. Tewe Vaval. Anouale tewe Vaval. Hey, bouye, anouale. Bouye. If you believe in love, so that I speak low. I see low. I feel low. I am love. Boom boom.
Good morning, Vaval Central.
Very interesting tune and treatment from Ninja Dan, along with Sizzler in that one TV. The Mighty Sizzler. You must give it the full title. That RC used to be what? Just Sizzler? Oh, it's Mighty Sizzler, alright. Mighty Sizzler, consistent and showing his versatility, teaming up with Ninja Dan on that one. Ninja Dan, so you go the gamut. You have this one in the power soca, but you're also going a very mellow and interesting. How you choose between the two, boy, the mango and the sweet? The two of them similar theme. Many persons have their view on which was their favorite.
Yeah,
how you chose which one to go in competition?
Well, I, as a creator, I created the two, and I already created mango with the intention as to go in the competition. So the intention of recording the two sweet was for clubbing and for foreign market, and hence the reason why Rankin, who is the producer of that rhythm, he said, hey Ninja, I know you already, don't go too hardcore, don't put no lyrics in that, just make it short and sweet and nice. So I can go in competition with that. You check it, I mean, again, all on the streets, people tell me, boy, they love that song, the youths and them, they like that song, but I have to go with my heart, you know, I have to go with what I already had the intention of. Juicy Mango. Right. And the way Juicy Mango came about is I ended up seeing my manager eating a mango when she came from Guadeloupe. And the way she was eating that mango, I said, well, you know what? That is a vibe. Because when you see you're writing a groovy, everybody go in the same direction. Mm-hmm. A woman, a this, a party, a wine and go down, a slow vibe. But I decided to go in terms of using something different. So personifying the mango and make the mango into a woman. Be more creative in terms of the word and them kind of thing. You know, open the minds of our people. Because our people need to be educated and not just entertained, you know. So you have to teach them certain things on how to be creative when you're writing, you know.
And you wrote all your material as
yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Working in combination with Rankin Morgan on the groovy aspect.
And let me tell you, Alpha Ale have a very instrumental part to play in my development. Because Alpha Ale was where the place I recorded majority of my songs this year. Mm-hmm. So Juicy Mango was by Alpha Allen, Tewe Vaval was by Alpha Allen, and I had another song with that I already out yet. Mm-hmm. But Alpha Allen, as the king of groovy, I had to humble myself as to I was a rough power man. So I had to humble myself and say, Alpha Gasa, take me through that and tell me sing it that key ninja, go in mid, go in low, go high. Take it again, do that. And I really appreciate that because it helped bring out the best in me in terms of my voice. Because not anybody I could be able to tame my voice, you understand? And Alpha had the real insight and foresight to do that for me, so kudos to him, you know? And even the people that in charge of the rhythm, Frano and Elmo, kudos to them young producers that end up reaching out to me and I jump in on the rhythm and give them a little love and things. So that was a breath of fresh air for me as well, you know? Mm-hmm. Respect.
Let's run the Juicy Mango.
Juicy Mango at Vaval Central.
Woo! Yeah! My juicy mango. Not now I watching you. I watching my juicy mango. Not now I watching you. Hey! I don't only want to watch you. I want to touch you. I want to squeeze you, feel you like I like you. I want to smell before I bite you. You like a nice slowly. What do you like to do nice slowly? Hey! So when I eat in my mango Julie, take my time, eat it slowly. Hey, hey. Juicy. Oh mama. Hey! Mango tin kwem lemme manger ça mwen ka finish gen. Oh mama, now you see everybody so. I licking my finger. I licking. Tell you never lick mango. I licking. Hey, tell them. I licking. my juicy mango. Not now I watching you, I watching my juicy mango. Hey, not now I watching you, I watching. Children, I don't like no other kind. It's Julie. What is yours? It can't be mine. No. I don't like no mango long. The thread that stick in my teeth. I don't like no mango graham. Not too much. Hey, I don't like no mango pork. Cause when I eat one, I feel four. Much less the mango do we do. You know, we tell them. I lick it. Lick it. I lick licking my finger, I licking, sweet. I licking, boom, juicy mango. Now I watching you, I watching my juicy mango. Not now I watching you, when I feeling under the pressure, feeling for something sweet. Tell them, hey, and when the juice it go down my throat, I cough it. Is the sugar in there? Juicy mango. Hey, not now I watching my juicy mango. Hey, not now I watching you, I watching. Tell them, I licking. Hey, I licking. All the ladies, you know that's sweet. Mango season is open this year. Juicy. Woo! Every day, every night. That's what she like. Juicy.
Ninja Dan on Vaval Central with his contribution. He's in the semis in both Groovy and Power. Building up to that, rehearsals going well from all reports. The separate bands, growth and progress from the old days when it was a mad rush with one band doing what seemed like 1,000 songs crammed in one period. The artists expressing the general satisfaction with the approach to rehearsals. We want to touch a little bit. Carlton Roberts is here as he prepares for the big night of Takeover 10th tonight. Carlton Roberts, now established as an outstanding composer, producer. He touched a few weeks ago on Vaval Central in his capacity as mentor, writer to the schools, Calypso. Not so, Carlton?
Correct.
Stay with us, Ninja. Stay there still. We going with Carlton in just a bit. The Takeover 10th already. Chalo says the full cast tonight. They go before the judges. Carlton, you haven't competed in a while. You were there. We want you to join your colleague Ninja Dan. Just a comment. A couple of people have reacted to it. Just asking a little more. The phrase peacock, some people didn't understand. The peacock in most of the competitions throughout the Caribbean, it has become standard. It's really just evolved organically, where it's almost customary and expected by some of the fans that the last verse is about throwing words at it, with throwing jabs and teasing their colleagues and how they're supreme and they're going to beat them on that night and throwing some jabs. But the talent and the challenge is to link it to the theme so you don't go too far from the theme, you know, as far as it's concerned. Ninja was making a point, Carlton, you could just share the mic if Ninja, that the peacock is good, throwing the jabs in the final verse, but it is...
Just come. Yeah, just come on. So, yeah.
Go ahead, so.
Yeah.
But Ninja is saying, I was teasing Ninja that Ninja threw some early jabs in his songs and so on, but he's saying one must be careful how far you go and wondering how it's regulated. Some would say that, well, Ninja boy, once you open fire, what you get take, you know? The two sides to it. What's your take on Ninja again?
Well, I do believe that there's two sides to the coin, you know? You open fire, some see it as war is war, right? For me, I believe in being responsible. So I'm not a fan of the peacock. Not that I cannot do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, sometimes I write songs and I want to do it, but then I understand how far is too far. Mm-hmm. And if we start to climb that ladder, you know, when you one up me, now I come in to one up you, and then we take it to a place where it's you know, it's not healthy anymore.
Well, and there's something called good taste. That
correct.
It remains fun and jabs and so on. Some might sting a little more. But I'm sensing the cry and the request to avoid personal insults and so on from it. But of course, as we're saying, both saying, Ninja himself considered, be careful when you open the fire. What you might think is harmless might be stinging somebody and really offending them, you know?
Well, correct, because again, we don't know what moves who. You understand? So, I always go back to my father. My father gave me a joke one time. Somebody cut him off in traffic and they tell him his mother so-and-so. Right? And my father said, well, my mother so-and-so dead long time, so somebody else would take that man on. So we don't know what really brings out the beast in another man. Yeah. So we all, and since there's no regulatory body to say, hey, you can stay within this capacity. For me personally, I figure we should just allow that for now.
In the end, a good judge, the criteria, the good taste and what is distasteful and so would be taken care of within the criteria. But as he's saying, for public behavior and so one must look to it. So
correct.
The pecan does add the extra sting. It lifts the Ricky T, a couple of years ago, won a crown. He was almost flattened out in his presentation. He was not winning that crown that night. But because Pablo had come before him and stung him with some pecan, his response to that pecan effectively won him the crown. It lifted the performance and crowd response.
Right, exactly.
Because, we have the argument, Ninja's a veteran being there. All the talk about the criteria for soca in particular, particularly power soca, there's the aspect of crowd response being minimal on the sheet. But when 6 and 7 and 8,000 will go crazy, it's a human being judging there.
Correct.
And in power soca, crowd response is a major part. No matter what anybody tells you about the criteria, and so the crowd, in the end, how you work that crowd, particularly in power soca, is very important. And I saw one person that stayed within limits in his peak, and he did take it, but very within limits was Sly last year. He kept it and just touched on it, but kept it within his music and his theme, and didn't get overly personal. But all part of it to develop. I think the discussion is healthy. Among yourselves discussing it is in fact what it is. Some people are more sensitive than others, and so be mindful of that as we go forward.
I believe the more healthier picking is if Carlton and Ivy is two brethren, we say, Carlton, hey bro, we're going on the stage and we're doing that. You could show me a couple jabs, I could show you a couple jabs just to hype up the crowd. I feel like it's a healthier picking, man. Then we just going at each other, and it comes with the violence and it comes with the negative mindset of the fans. Because I remember I had a clash with Ricky T once in the square. Them time I had come out with Laboué. So them time soca was starting to grow and take. And when I reach on the stage and both of us share the stage, he take his side, I take my side. When the boss say, where my wham to them fans there, and the place get black. I say, I get afraid because I say, wow, if the place get black already, so wham to me, where my fans? So I happen to say, well, where the Ninja Dan fans, I see the place get blue. I say, So that means both of us have the same vibe. So then we start showing healthy pecan, healthy clash. But then as the big man, I realized the crowd, the fans and them was acting in a way that wasn't to my liking. The fans was acting, attacking one another.
And so,
yeah, so I tell my partner, hey bro, let me kill that, let me do something combination fast, let me do something collaborative fast. And I just end up walking off the stage. So it's a good thing, but it could go haywire, you understand? We just want people to come to the awareness that, hey, we're in this thing for love and for unity and for the industry to grow. Let's come together and make it happen, you understand? And that's what it's about.
Right. Yes, but mindful, at least you've been honest that you opened the early fire last year in the song.
Hold on, let me answer that. You behind me, I open the fire. Karma coming for you. Right. It's just a natural song about what goes around comes around. So when I sing about opening fire, you tackle him the pecan, one drop, one rhythm, one song, one style, one vibe. I didn't put it into anybody. Whoever the cap fit, wait. You understand? So I didn't chew no kong and say so and so is that and that and that. You understand? Respect.
We go in. Ninja Dan is here. We made the point earlier before you go to Carlton Roberts and the Takeover 10. The songs that made Ninja Dan a household name. I said one of my favorites. The nice bilingual approach with rhythm. I thought. Did you compete with that one, Ninja? You actually competed with that one, or you used other songs that year?
Which one?
Bamele. What's it called again?
No, I didn't compete.
I
didn't think I competed with that song.
That song, and of course a big one, Laboué, and there's also Rise, which became
I competed with that. I think I competed with that.
That's when the big revival started. We're running a little mix of Ninja Dan, reminding you we all liming over at the Cultural Center tonight. with the takeover 10, the final 10 to go before the judges. And when you're through, the results announced on Friday. Another week to go. Remember, I like the live TV of the live media of Sizzler on there. Sizzler, of course, very much in the Calypso fray and competing himself. So we're going with the soca artists next week, and that is a very tight and open competition. And as Ninja is hinting me, the best man win, do the performance on the stage, and let's go. But let's do a mix of the glory days when the crowd started building with the soca. We moved from the fast calypso and NG Soca stage central to the growth. Run a little medley of Ninja Dan before we go to Carlton Roberts and TOT promotion. Run it, Iowa.
A quick time check, 2 minutes after 9 o'clock. Time check brought to you by Ference Food.
Vaval Central.
Mais tout caille, tout c'est ça ou pas ni du vent, ou pas ni de mais vous jouez du vent quand même comme si vous c'est machine. Plaisir maman, plaisir papa, la prière quand chaque jour la main, hey, gardez Paul, ou pas connaître papa, ou pas jamais vle apprendre où aller l'école, gardez Kobo, ou pas même ni maman, il pas jamais il just got some maman, gardez ou pas même ou pas jamais l'année pour tuer maman regardez il pas même ni d'où femme maman l'année tourner femme banni sauver là yo ka passer là yo ka parler là yo croyo que yo mette yo croyo que c'est mauvais là yo parle mal là yo toujours sale sans pas savoir qu'on passe yo toujours caché mes calou Cachile, 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 cachile tout le monde vesté. Cachile, 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 ti boyo chéri. Cachile, 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 cachile tout le monde vesté. Cachile, 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 ti boyo chéri. Allez t'es bon Dieu, ou malédiction, ou pas bon Dieu, me dis la vérité. Ouvre les malédictions, on revend les wakons. Ouvre les malédictions, avisez wakons. Cachile, 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 cachile tout le monde vesté. Cachile, 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 hey. Cachile, 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 cachile tout le monde vesté. Cachile, 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 boom. Cachile, cachile, cachile. This is Ninja Dan on the beat or rhythm. Zube, no stop. Hey, Zube crew. Where my people? Everybody. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Hey, get everything. Hey, ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Hey, ding 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 ding. Hey, ding 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 ding. Hey, the people coming down, gathering the tongue. Cannot wait to jam them dipping from all in there. Hey, everybody covered in brown. We like it so, we like it so, we like it so, we like it so, we love it so, we love it so, we love it. Everybody, Mama Megala, jump in the mud and jump in the mud and jump in the mud, jump in the mud, jump in the mud and jump in the mud and jump in the mud and hey, hey, tell them, they just begun. You turn to storm. People are tumbling down, getting on like a madman. But when I turn around, I see them falling down. So baby, pray on the level, hey, we like it so, we like it so, we like it so, we like it so, we love it so, we love it so. We love everybody. Mama Meka, jump in the motor, jump in the motor. You remember, Master Grounds, jump in the motor, jump in the motor, jump in the motor. Give me sing, hey. Ding, 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 ding. Hey, ding, 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 ding. Hey, Leopard, remember that? Slide. Hey, that's a food and in the mud, in the mud. Hey, jumbele jumbele jugesa, jumbele jumbele jugesa, jumbele jumbele jugesa, jumbele jumbele jugesa.
Ninja Dan, Jonathan and Rose. Ninja Dan was a big one that year. You remember the little scenario? Ninja Dan had the Laboe song because boy, every carnival it was made for that. the rain, I don't think Ninja ever got the rain and mud. And remember, we had our tell me if you remember, OECS Soca Monarch, Mr. Vibe. And Mr.
Just
Vibe,
Caribbean Soca Monarch.
He has evolved to Caribbean Soca Monarch. Mr. Vibe getting licks, he kind of flattened out. And the man about to say goodbye, just as he was leaving the stage, I was.
And the rain start, and the rain start
came come back and ride that rain, beat every licks, you know.
And whilst he was there, the people were saying, Laboué.
Yeah.
And he said, what? And the people say, Laboué. Like, come out and he said, Laboué. You say, what? Laboué. Let's jump one more time, Laboué. Ting, 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 ting. And he just...
He wrote it well.
Yeah, man.
Did you go before him or after him?
I went after him.
And,
so I only get like a drop of rain.
No, that's a thing. That's an important little scenario there. That Ninja wanted a little rain, just a little bit to work that song, and he got in Mr. Vibe, and he won the competition.
Yeah, man.
Almost out already. Ninja, tell us your most poignant, your most memorable moment in your career on a stage that really touched you emotionally in your career, or a couple of them.
Well, the most intense one for me was when I won the Caribbean Soca Monarch with Rise. The reason why it was intense for me, it was like, we as the artists, we always want to listen to what the announcers, because the thing live, the activity going on live, the commentary.
Right, in those days.
And them time was Tessa and the man that passed away, Sean.
Yeah, and Sean.
Yeah. And them men was saying, and Ashanti brother was in them again.
Striker
was saying, boy, it's time for Ninja Land to win a crown, If Ninja Land don't win that crown this year, then people saying that if Ninja Land don't win that crown this year, Ninja Land finish, I actually hearing that on the radio. And that was in my heart when I went on the stage, like I had to give it my all, because that was it. That was it for me. And the fact that I won that year with just 0.5 points, and I actually heard my name as the Caribbean Soca Monarch, boy, I get goosebumps, I was shaking, my belly was like butterflies, and this.
Yeah,
that was a lot of.
The presentation too was a touching one. It's really complete.
Yeah, man.
It's a moment in our soca history that when it's already grown, That's 07?
07. Because the intention behind that, as young as I was, and wise and mannerly and mad as I was at them time there, I was trying to do a big thing in the sense of I was trying to bring the Prime Minister, John Compton, to shake hands with Kenny Anthony. And at that same time, the Prime Minister got sick, and I had to use the deputies. So I used Spider and I used Philip J. but the boss didn't come, So I had to use a money for red shirt and a money for yellow shirt to just show the message of what are you trying to portray. And that's how deep that song go,
It really resonated. I saw you had a remix of it recently?
Yeah, man, I had a remix of it for Juliana Alfred.
I saw that,
yeah, man, respect.
Ninja, your contribution there's no doubting it. Keep doing the work, as you say, is the artistry and creativity and encouraging the growth of our art forms.
Respected it.
Thank you, Ninja Dan, Jonathan St. Rose, and Sizzler, who's working alongside Ninja Dan.
Hey, and big up the fans. I can't do it without the fans and the supporters. You can check me out on YouTube, check me out on Instagram, Ninja Dan XD, Jonathan St. Rose on Facebook, on all streaming platforms. We there.
Right. Thanks, Ninja. We could run. You have the other one, Iowa? The other sweet one. As we get ready for Carlton Roberts. Carlton, it's your show. Thanks, Ninja. Thanks. You want to call me?
Yes.
Respect, Sizzler.
Baby, give me that passion. Let's make a movie, baby. Wanna ease that tension. Venez un crush, venez un crush, venez un Viens danser avec moi ce soir, ce soir. Viens danser avec moi. Hello, 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 sugar. Your mommy say, the doctor say, you're too sweet for me. Sugar, 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 sugar lady. Your mama say, the doctor say, you're too sweet for me. She want me dipping and dipping and dipping and dipping and dip
that's Ninja Dan with his contribution for the season and both of the competition. Jonathan St. Rose, Ninja Dan. Different generation, younger generation, Carlton Roberts. How much same generation? Compre boys?
Older generation.
Older.
Yeah.
But older in participation. Ninja was in the fray before you, on stage in the national arena.
Yeah, one of the things I had a conversation with somebody last week, and I told him one of the things I regretted was moving to Canada. Okay. For the music, for that aspect, because the 18 or so years I spent before I came back is almost like an out of sight, out of mind. Yes. So I had to come back hard to make me remember, listen, I was them before they were them. Mm-hmm. You understand? And yeah, I'm happy to see how everybody crafted their niche. Happy to see that, everybody developed and grew. And we're doing some wonderful things. So in that aspect, I don't feel bad that I left, because I feel everybody got a space. I was already doing too much, trust me. But yeah, man, it was good for the music.
Yeah. Carlton involved in writing and in performing. You're writing for Intercommercial, you're writing for artists. Who are you writing for in the national arena, Calypso-wise?
National, we have Hyper, Minel, Trish, and myself.
Okay. And you're doing some Intercommercial also?
Yes, Intercommercial as well, and Junior Calypso as we all know, yeah.
Is your song on the crown?
Yes, correct. Comprehensive.
Well done, and keep the contribution going. You have been really impressing people with your soca contributions, both for writer and in fact those who perform. You've made it to the finals twice.
Consecutive years, yes.
In the groovy, and so you have a 100% record. The judges have liked what you're doing so far. We're going to run. And speaking of tonight, Takeover 10, you also in the Calypso. You're doing Coulda Shoulda?
Coulda Shoulda Woulda.
Right, yeah. That's one of them. And the other one, Herald in Your Return.
I Come Back, yes.
Right. Tonight, we over at the Cultural Center. It's only $25. Big night, quarterfinals. Tomorrow is a holiday, remember?
Yeah.
I mean, late at the 10th tonight on the Cultural Center. Carlton we want to do Coulda Shoulda Woulda, and also his groovy contribution as we go through. We want to have a discussion later on if some of the stalwarts of Calypso, including your Uncle Haggai,
right?
The two songs he sang, this Independence and Rasta, which won him the crown back over 76 or so?
76, yes.
Yeah. 76. Haggai, one of the youngest monarchs, the uncle, very supportive too of you, Calypso.
Oh, very, yeah.
Haggai, George Alsey, the soldier, very knowledgeable about Calypso. We want to bring him on here and share some thoughts about that Calypso. And one of the best imitators of Sparrow.
Yes.
He has that picture.
For sure.
Sparrow, I heard him sing at Tony Martino's funeral, that song, the memoriam to people who have passed,
Every year somebody there gives us cause to shed a tear and mourn, for they are gone.
Yeah. And he said, George Bailey will always remember you. And that
dancing when a steel band pass, playing mass.
Nice one. That's a big. I like Haggai sang that wonderfully for Tony Martino, his old neighbor from the area. We had. We want to talk about the cast trees, as a nest for talent, for things.
Yeah.
We want to talk about that Iowa, You're a little high up the road, right? Lastic Hill. But you still have talent.
But you can still fall in the first.
Original. We from Grass Street before there was grass, Before they had grass. You know what kind of grass I'm talking about?
Grass Street.
Right. Yeah. Grass Street before there was grass. Our neighborhood took where Jimmy Fletcher's house, Jimmy Fletcher's garage is there.
Yeah.
Right there, our Secra took over the property. That's what he owned there for pan. He had there. Good morning to Secra Gibson. He was really heralded and celebrated last night. Antonius, big up yourself. The greatest mass maker in the history of St. Lucia. And a man who did all parts in Secra. Secra's a pan man. A pan leader. He has lights, he has drumming, he has designing costumes, making them a real complete mass man. Antonius, big up yourself, Secret Gibson, and passionate in his portrayals and so. And so in that area, lots of people around there with the creativity. Derek Walcott, the credit around the world on my CV, I say, by born next to Derek Walcott home, Roddy Walcott. That alone is a CV, right there.
So you were just down the road from us,
right?
Yeah, because you
were up the road from me. You came after. Okay. Right. We'll get into that one of these days. But we're here with before the Grass Street Rhythm Band. Good morning, Suku. Big up yourself. Right. We played TC already. We had TC lineup. We go play when the ending. We have to play. I want to cut Kai Suku and TC. We had a lineup this morning. Trust cut. Big up yourself. And so we going with Carlton. Let's say Carlton.
Shoulda, coulda.
Wuda,
Right.
Vaval Central.
You've heard of tonight. He competed with that tonight, right?
Compete, yes,
TOT
yes.
Soca Village.
For sure.
Soca Village.
TOT we there.
Good evening again, TOT. Somebody say Kuda. Somebody say Wuda. But you shoulda. This one's a conversation. This one is just a simple conversation between me and you.
Good morning, Vaval Central.
What else are we talking about? But that's alright. The politics in my island is such a joke. Politicians now turn magician, and they act as mirrors and smoke, deceiving the people with lies and illusions to promote hope. And as soon as they come into power, the next act is to walk a tightrope. But when the people see through the illusions and relieve them of their positions, they start making up accusations, soliciting care. Some even claiming victimization, refusing to mess up to their actions. But this country is not a circus, so enough of the hocus pocus. And I have some advice to you and your entire crew. It's not what you coulda do, it's not what you shoulda do, but tell us, what did you do when the people were depending on you? Now the shoe is on the other foot. You literally got the boot. You thought you were so astute, but we saw a tyrant and a brute. And at the pose we were absolute. Our trajectory needs a reroute. So now that you're out, hush your mouth. Kaiso?
Good morning, Vaval Central.
Thank you. Every day you launch an attack on the opposition. You're criticizing the same things you did in power. But St. Lucia, to take a good joke, we understand you need validation so you could cope. But your contortion of information suggests all you know how to do is blow smoke. You had the chance to set all the standards, now you crying like a set of cowards. I even heard an ex-minister say that he's afraid of what? To fall sick here in St. Lucia. But what did you do when you were in power? Whenever somebody felt sick, they still had to go to Martinique or even Cuba. So don't feed us your blah blah blah. Why? Cause it's not what you coulda do, it's not what you shoulda do. But tell us, what did you do when the people were depending on you? Now the shoe is on the other foot. You literally got the boot. You thought you were so astute, but your aspirations we refute. And at the pose we were absolute. Our trajectory needs a reroute. So now that you're out, brother, hush your mouth. We have a special verse. How you doing? Somebody say yeah, yeah. La da dee 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 da ba. Oh, this sound good. Special verse. The resources of this country you did squander. From DSH to NIC,
mismanagement through your whole party. Now that the SLP is in power, you're front and center, playing watchdog and overseer. Only now you care for Lucia. Your position is sour grape. For job too little, too late. For everything wrong, you magically seem to have the answer. But you should have proven yourself in office. No more backseat driver business. Guess what? Elections coming again. Prepare to feel more pain, cause we don't want you anywhere close to the house again. I got thank you. It's not what you coulda do, it's not what you shoulda do, but tell us what did you do when the people were depending on you. Now the shoe is on the other. You literally got the. You thought you were so astute, but your aspirations will recruit. And at the polls we were absolute. Our trajectory needs a reroute. Where is I? So now that you're out, hush your mouth. TOT.
Carlton Roberts, you'll be on. We're hearing that one tonight.
We're hearing that one
of
tonight.
your competition songs tonight over at the Cultural Center. Carlton Roberts with his contribution, writer, he said composer, and in fact performer. And you're in both Groovy and Power, right?
Both Groovy and Power.
Schedule as he comes through. And also, as we said, we want to, while Carlton is still there, the people are really on to me. I mentioned teasing them, we'll run Suzette road match. When we started doing the road match, that was 78 I Pele Suzette 78 boy, 1978. Carlton was not wrong at all that time.
I was 2 years old.
You couldn't go in the 10th yet. You couldn't.
Nah. Unfortunately.
Suzette, yeah. Suzette. Road match 78 boy.
Morning Vaval Central.
That's when I noticed what no one should miss. She was dancing in the band all alone. As quick as her time began, I was beside her, wishing no need to take she home. So
Morning Vaval Central.
Come and go home by me, pretty little Susan. Be my kind of butler. Judge a book by the cover, madam. I am really gentle as I love. Yes, I quickly touch you. Come and go home, baby.
Suzette, little Suzette, a big one. But
Jeff Elver.
One, and in those days, now there's a rule that the song cannot enter more than one genre. Interesting, kind of strange rule, but at that time he won both. He won the road match, and he won the Calypso Monarch, which is interesting that a party song can in fact win. The criteria is about the theme and how you develop it, you know?
Correct. And with a discussion I was having with some folks, I told them that, because someone asked me the question, what would I tell the younger artists coming up? I would tell them, do some research, go back into history. Because when I entered Pace Yourself for the Power Soca, even my team tell me, you're mad? I said, nah. I said, listen, technically we meet the requirements. Power Soca is 131 or somewhere there and up. We at 135.
Right.
Not because we have a theme, an actual theme means that it's not a Power Soca.
Interesting making a point. There's been such a lack of themes in Power Soca. Guys think once you have a message and meaning that you
then
can do
exactly. Yeah. You know, some people have labeled my groovy calypso because again, the theme. But to me, writing is storytelling. It doesn't matter what you're writing about, you're telling a story.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And a lot of the younger writers don't get to piece it together. You will start and then you will lose me in the middle somewhere, and then we go in a different direction. Right. You understand?
But to keep it tight, the thread throughout is the challenge.
Correct.
Roberts, of course, he'll be back in the big yard outside to when we start the party to do his soca contributions.
Correct.
In here. Just encourage your fans to come tonight.
Yeah, come through the Cultural Center. Come see the return of Dr. Carlton. I was my sobriquet back in the day. Yeah, come see the return of the doctor.
What you place in the school competition?
I won the Monarch in '94.
Right.
Yeah, we took out Hess from there. Yes, it's correct.
So you're accustomed to crown on your head.
I am accustomed to crown on my head.
Song,
yeah, you know. And then we have the Gospel Ipso on Sunday. I'll be in that as well, giving back and helping. You know, so just encouraging the fans to come out this season. Come and let's make it a nice time. Let's be responsible, as our chairlady said. You know, with the drinking and driving, too many accidents on the road. You know, the intent for the season is to have fun, be merry, and call it a wonderful season. So
nice. Carlton, Robert, looking forward to you tonight, and indeed you'll be in the semis for the soca. And of course, back on Vaval Central when the party starts.
Yes.
Two compositions.
Big up everybody on the Vaval Central live. Everybody shout me out every morning. I see you.
T.O. folks.
Take over 10. We inside.
I tell the Canadians now, T.O. to you means take over. Right.
Correct. Listen, well, at this point for this year, I've been more St. Lucian than Canadian. Right. But Canada, I love you still. I'll be back soon.
What we going out with Brownie?
Brownie. Kaiso. Rongi Kaiso on Vaval Central.
What you do them, Kaiso? Kaiso chronicles our modern history, shares our joys and sorrows throughout the journey, tackling all topics, mainly politics, a package of sweet music and graphic lyrics. Governments come, governments go, at Kaiso's beck and call. Politicians know that Kaiso can help them rise or fall. Still Kaiso denied the privilege to perform on Lucia Jazz main stage. Instead they throw Kaiso under the bus to fringe events to bite the dust. I want to know Kaiso. I want to know Kaiso. What you do them Kaiso, they treat you bad so. Go to a show, no Kaiso. On the radio, no Kaiso. Yo cafe complo, ukwaze Kaiso. Saki kasi se, samalewe. Vle un péché, Kaiso manger. Mais nous kai piche, che yo. Nous kai kase, ze yo. Ek Kaiso, ek pli Kaiso. Kaiso will never, ever run away. Saki la pou Kaiso, la we vient pas Kaishaye. Kaiso, what you do them Kaiso? What you do them? We turn our backs on the pan man and the authentic Calypsonian who really needs Kaiso and pan. We got reggae, soca and country and western.